Okay, so a couple days ago I said this. And you know, I would like to give O'Reilly's a shout out for giving me all these free tools, you know, for this vehicle, for this job. Psych, are you kidding me? People always ask me, does O'Reilly's like give you free stuff and things like that? I'm like, no way. Nobody just gives me free things, guys. That'd be freaking incredible. And well, since then I was sent not one, not two, but 3 things. Would you guys like to see what we got? Okay, so we'll start with the littlest one. Now I knew this one was coming because she had sent me a top-down scanner that is amazing. Shout out to you, I really appreciate it. And which the scanner was incredible. This is a thermal camera, which is gonna come in handy, especially here in the wintertime that's coming up. So stay tuned for videos on this thing. Now let's get to this box. See on the side here, it says Dickies. So Dickies reached me on Instagram and said, hey, just send me your address, I'd like to send you something. So obviously, you know, I did. I mean, who's gonna say no to that? Let's see what it is. Oh, look at that, we got a card. All right, you wanna see what it says? Matthew, as the leaves fall, it's time to get in work. Oh boy, isn't it? Dickies gear is here to keep you tough and ready for whatever work the season brings you. Now let's see what we got. For some odd reason, this feels like Christmas. You know what I mean? Anyways, we got a t-shirt. Love it. We got some pretty snazzy jeans there. Oh, and look at this, we got a jacket. Fits incredibly. Nice. All right, let's see what's behind door number 3. All right, what is this? What could it be? Oh, that's sick. Here's the deal, I made this on Instagram and I forgot all about it. So nobody sent me this, I bought it, but definitely gonna be something that I'm gonna be offering on my merch store here in like a month. Guys, here's the deal. And I completely forgot to mention Brute's Workforce. The boots that they sent me are freaking incredible. I've been wearing them for like a week. I'll show you what I'm talking about when I'm at my next job. I'll show them off to you a little bit. I've just been really busy and every time I do a job I forget, but here's the deal. Shout out Brute's Workforce. Boots, they are incredible. Now here's the deal with this situation. I grew up poor, okay? I grew up as a poor child and so I was happy to get socks. I didn't even realize how happy I would get after getting gifts. I felt like a little kid. It's truly a blessing that I can reach this many people with the work that I do. And even past that, guys, I was thinking last night, like, this is my business. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I started from nothing. I left work and I left my job and I was like, I don't want to work for you guys no more. I realized I have a little bit more potential than you think that I have. And so, you know, I just kind of like, I took a deep breath and I said, you know, I'll either fall or I'll either freaking thrive. And I mean, either way, I'll still be living. And so here we are, about almost 3 years later. From the bottom of my heart, guys, I really appreciate all your support. I really appreciate anybody that has any type of faith in me whatsoever. Even if I'm remotely entertainable for a moment, that's awesome. You know what I mean? What I think personally is so cool when you're just flipping through videos and trying to find a video to watch and you find one and just for like a little bit of time, stuff is cool. You know what I mean? You're like forgetting your environment, forgetting what's ever happening around you. Things are cool because you're just dialed in, zoomed in. I feel like that's so awesome. And I've been that same way, like watching videos and tutorials and things like that. Kind of like forgot what's happening. I've like been on lunch breaks, you know what I mean, while working and then like watched a video and it helped because I was like, okay, I kind of got to separate from what I was doing for a moment. And I'm glad that I could do that for you guys. And believe me when I tell you, it is amazing and it thrills me every day to be able to make videos. Some videos take a lot longer than other videos to make, but either way, I love it. I love what I do. My hobby has turned into something that I didn't think that it would turn into just because of how much I enjoyed it. So, and that's all thanks to you guys. From my heart, I really appreciate your support, your love, and man, we've got quite an adventure ahead of us. So stay tuned for everything that you're about to see. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good to meet you. Alyssa, right? Matt, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so your problem here is what exactly?
Okay, so I drove this car like a total of 2 months. And I worked up the street. I was on my way to go get my daughter from daycare and it threw up a charging system on there on the dash. And so I pulled over and I turned it off. It just never turned back on again. Well, since then I've been able to get the car started and everything like that.
Okay.
But I got the new alternator on there. I still have the old one in the trunk.
Okay, didn't try the crank or anything like that? Is it still doing that?
No, I can actually get it started. Oh, I hope so.
Oh, cool. So you just want like a diagnostics on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna side with you on this. I was confused as heck. I was like, okay, so are you wanting like me to charge the battery, test the battery, like go on a diagnostics on like why it didn't start? But overall, here's the deal. I will clear the air for both of us. We figured out together, her and I, that She had a previous problem that got fixed with the new alternator, but now she was trying to sell the vehicle. So she wants me to come out there and just kind of go like do an overall visual check, if you will. So that's what we're doing. I feel it runs a little bit rough.
It does.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get it fixed ever since I bought it. So like when I bought it from this lady, she told me that it just needed a tune-up, which I've already got. And I mean, like, beginning of this year.
Yeah.
And then the wheel bearing needed to be changed. Well, then I took it up to Firestone and they were like, oh, well, you need this and this and this. So I got brand new tires on it. I got ball joints all the way around. They did the wheel bearing over there on the passenger side. They flushed the fluids and replaced them, and they put, I think, new spark plugs in it.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, heck yeah.
And I got a new battery, which this is my second one because when it was sitting, it died and it didn't charge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get my scanner. Leave it running so I can get a good health scan on it. Looks exactly like a Ford Edge too, but a car version.
See, that's what my mom said.
Hey, at least you're getting it checked out before you sell it, because I went to go buy a car and I was like, what the hell are you guys doing? Went like through like 5 people. All right, so we got a P0171. It's a system 2 lean. It means it's getting too much air and not enough fuel. One of those two. These don't have inline filters. So there's a few things that can cause that code. Fuel injectors, fuel filters, having a vacuum leak. It doesn't appear that you have a vacuum leak.
Yeah.
And if it was your like mass airflow or your purge valve, it would give me a code for one of those too.
Yeah.
So we just have to figure out if it's either A, getting too much air, or B, not getting enough fuel. All right, so here's the deal. This part of the job is generally quite easy because of the scanner that I have. Now, a lot of people, I will say, are curious about the scanner, and I'll tell you this, guys. I did have to do online classes for that scanner just to kind of learn how to do it. I had to pay tutorials every time. Here's the deal, back to what I was saying. I've done tutorials on that thing, okay? I've had to do online classes. I stayed up late just learning about it, figuring it out, basically figuring out how we can test fuel trim, how we can test airflow, all that good stuff. Oh, there it is. So it's gonna be your fuel is the situation.
Is that literally what it could only be?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, yeah, that thing will cause your car not to start. Okay, and here's the deal about fuel, guys. It's one of the most important things that your vehicle can have. Okay, if you don't have fuel, if you don't have oil, your car's not gonna run.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've done a few of those. One guy replaced this pump twice, and then he's like, I don't think I'm getting any power back there. And so that's why he called me out there. And then when I went out to his house, it was just his fuel filter. I replaced that and then it started right up.
I used to have one of those and someone stole it out of the back of my old truck.
I've got like 4 of these. And I've seen rusted lines and things like that, and even, you know, evap canisters and things like that being smashed, contributing to getting lack of fuel. So that's what we're doing right now, is we're just checking out all the lines, checking out the canister. It's definitely coming from your fuel. We can try to do like just a treatment to it. A lot of times the injectors don't really go bad. I've done a few though where it has been injectors, but. Now if you get a code for like a misfire and you're having fuel efficiency issues, then you can kind of go into like the whole fuel injector situation of it. But if you're just lacking in fuel, then typically there's something else contributing into that. I feel like the majority of the problem is, or the majority of the time, it's either the fuel pump fails because of the fuel filter. So if we can't clean it out, hopefully we don't have to replace the pump or nothing like that. I bet too, if like someone test drove it and it like got, you know, you're giving it some gas, I bet it'd cooperate a little bit better. And guys, I'm only saying that because the vehicle hadn't been driven in quite some time. She's trying to sell it, so it hadn't been driven in like a month. And you'd be surprised to how better an engine will drive under a performance rather than idle. I bet, you know, exercising it while you're driving it, it'll give it a little bit more juice, but at idle, it's just not pushing enough.
Yeah, because when I drove it, I didn't have an issue with it at all. But when I first got it, I spent like $2,700 just on what I got done.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, it sounded like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just naming off stuff left and right. Got a battery twice. Well, all right. We can just schedule a time for me to come out here the next couple days and try to just clean that out and take it from there. Sounds good?
Yep.
It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
No problem. If you guys were wondering why I'm a little bit more soft-spoken in this video, and it's because the whole time my stomach was killing me. That was not a good day for me. And as you know, as a business owner, you can't really take days off being sick. So I had to work, and it was not good. The whole time I was like, ugh. But we got it done.